Good morning, Coach. Good to see you.
Morning.
Welcome to HSBN Media Days. Can you introduce yourself and the players that you have with you? And after that, give us an overview of your upcoming season.
Of course. Hi, I'm Chad Rose, head baseball coach at Cooper City High School. To my right is Kevin Romero, infielder / utility guy, senior. To my left is Chase Bart, pitcher outfielder, senior. And to my far left is Ty Bergs, third baseman outfielder, also a senior. I think the overview of our team this year is the seniors really coming together after a tough year that we had last year with a bunch of one-run losses and coming up short to a district title. I believe this team is more hungry and we're a little deeper this year than we have been in the past. So I think the competition at practice overall has been better. So that's really helping the team chemistry of really focusing on putting in 100% effort every day in practice to get, again, to our goal of a district title.
Coach, it's your second year with the program, correct?
Correct.
So you're kind of trying to build things back up. How do you see the progression going? And is there a timeline you have in mind?
I think the timeline is going a little faster of the help of, we were real senior. We weren't real senior heavy last year, but a big junior group. So this year being senior heavy and going through what those guys went through last year, I think speeds up the process of really helping the younger guys focus and really put in the work of, hey, we got to do it right now. Because again, for these guys, it's their last season. So they want to go out and make a mark on the program and be remembered, for years down the road as a team that won a district title, a team that competed in regionals, and just set the tone for the next coming years of Cooper City baseball.
As seniors, guys, just talk about some of the lessons you learned last year, something that you're going to take into this and kind of what Coach was saying.
So at the end of our season, last season, we lost in districts. A lot of those seniors I've been playing with for a long time. Two of them actually I'd actually played since I was 5 years old. And seeing them go and knowing they're not going to play baseball anymore was really heartbreaking, especially how long and how much of a battle that game was. I want to try to avoid that with these guys. Like, I've been playing with Chase and Ty since I was 12 years old. We had really good chemistry and a lot of competition that Chad mentioned this year being really deep. It helps us push each other more and we're really competitive with each other. So we're having a really good look and really positive this year. And hopefully we get that district title we're going for.
I just think we need to stay more focused this year. Last year we got too comfortable taking leads, and then we lost the game in the 6th and 7th inning multiple times.
I just think we need to finish out more games, and like Kevin said earlier, it was really hard seeing those players, like knowing they're not going to play any more baseball after that last game, after a tough loss.
Obviously, your season ended in a bit of disappointment, but you had a good win during the district playoff there over MacArthur. I think it was a one-run.
Oh, yeah, it was a super tight game. They have a real good arm. Chase pitched that game for us, and, it was a battle, a one-run win. And then, we expect to win games like that, especially when we have our big guy on the mound. And, we were down in arm last year. We had another junior lefty who got hurt early in the season. So Chase had to step up big time for us, especially on the mound as a starter and go deep into games. And he's going to be asked to do that again this year. Like, he's going to be the number one, and he's going to get all the big games for us this year. So I think, again, that experience of winning a close game early with MacArthur, and then, we had a decent lead in our second game against Everglades, and to finish the way it did, I think, really opened everyone's eyes to be like, okay, we have to learn how to really finish games. And I think because this group was all juniors last year, that they are going to know how to bring that to the younger guys and just bring that to the chemistry of the team of finishing all 7 innings.
Would you say that pitching is the strength of your team, or are you more well-rounded?
I would say for the most part, I would have said pitching is our strength, but I think this year we're going to really be good offensively. Like, we're not as deep on the mound as I would like to be. Again, with one of our better arms coming off of an injury, who we might not even have him this year again, who would have been a senior, probably the number one, just because he'd be our starting center fielder also. So, I think offensively we're better than we have been in the past this year for sure, especially, like I said, because we're deeper. So God forbid if an injury or we just have to make a move, I think we're more comfortable making those moves this year than we have been in the past.
Chase, talk a little bit about the pressures and of being thrust into that number one role. Obviously, like Coach said, there's an injury that's kind of put a little more of the weight on your shoulders. But are you ready to handle it?
Yeah, after last year, at first it was like a rough start, a couple bad games, and then we picked it up and we just got deep into games and we lost focus, and that's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
And talk a little bit just about the team chemistry. How is the team getting along? I mean, what are the expectations? Are we excited? Are there jitters ahead of the season?
So, in my opinion, we have a lot of. We had 3 transfers come in. We had 2 FOVS guys and someone from Chaminade, and they all play infield. And as an infielder myself, having those other guys come in, forcing yourself to step up, and like I'm having to learn how to play first base now, trying to keep the lineup as deep as possible. And it's a good group of guys to where if you do have a question, you do need something you need to work on, you have someone, a teammate you can ask for, someone that knows a different drill. You have people who have been coached by a lot of different people. There's a lot of knowledge in the infield specifically. Having our D1 commit. Like as a teammate, being able to learn, do his warm-up routine, everything like that has changed a lot because I am a two-way as well, and I think Chase could say the same thing, that we don't really have arm pain. We tend to be as healthy as possible with that. But overall, we're really supportive with each other when it comes to learning and moving forward, but there is that competitive aspect and that little talking, but that just makes it fun and entertaining for us and something we really ride on.
Coach, do you want to talk a little bit about those transfers that came in this year? Are there any impact players in the group?
I just think there's guys that help us get a little deeper. You know what I mean? I don't think there's, someone who's going to win us a ball game more than the group we already had. It's just one of those that, they just help us get a little deeper. And sometimes we have it every year. We had 2 guys leave, 2 guys come in, or 3 guys come in. And you don't really know much about them until they're in the school and they're like trying out, and then you realize, oh, hey, we got some new guys, So I think it just helps us get a little deeper with depth to our outfield, to our infield, and I think that's a key part of staying competitive in practice is you have to have competition at every position. And like I said, this is one of the years that we're deeper than ever at being competitive at each position. So I think that's really helping us practice-wise prepare for our season coming up.
Talk about the schedule. How did you put that together? Some coaches will go for a very strong schedule. Some will go for a more balanced schedule. What's the plan this year, and how do you see you guys faring?
I think we always try and be a little balanced. I don't think we definitely don't try and do a cakewalk schedule. There's no doubt about that because I just don't think it helps us in the long run. Again, the goal is always district championships, regional championships, go and play for a state title. That's the goal, and I think if your schedule isn't competitive, then you're not ready to play in those games. So I think we try and keep it as balanced as possible, and like I said, the goal is just win our division. All of our district games, just go. The goal number 1 is win your district. So that's all we focus on at this point.
Is there a game in particular any of you guys are looking forward to this season? Could be 1, 2, or are we just ready to play ball?
Just ready to play ball.
Awesome. Well, sum it up for us, Coach. What for the season? What are you hoping? Expectations? What do you?
Our expectation is to bring home a district title this year. It's been a long time for the school, so I think we really do have the team to do it this year. So definitely, goal number 1 is a district title. Bring it home this year.
I think the last one was 2015.
Yeah, it's been a while for sure. And like I said, we're always in the mix. We're always in the game. We come up a little short, or we came up short last year playing in the championship game. But we're always in that game, and it just doesn't seem like we can bring it home on that day. So I think once you get past the hump of winning that game, then it becomes a little more consistent. Then the kids know how to finish, and that feeling of winning that district title becomes hungry every year. When you fall a little short, it's that tough feeling of because you don't know what it's like to win it yet. But I think once you get past that hump and these kids feel what it's like to celebrate a district championship, then it will become, more consistent for our program.
Excellent. Well, thank you for being here today, and the best of luck for your season.
I appreciate it. Thank you.